Hi, it's Mark from WinningSolutionsInc.com and just finished a session on SQL Server Business Intelligence here at the Microsoft Partner Conference 2016. And this was kind of a dry topic for those of you who aren't into statistics. And I do try to kind of go outside my normal areas that I'm interested in and that sort of thing at a conference and try to learn about some new things. So this was definitely a new area. And this one is not maybe particularly applicable to our typical audience, which is people who are in the Microsoft Access databases. But for some of you out there, it might be important. And so what they talked about was a language called R. And I really hadn't heard about R before. It's a statistical language. So in the past times, people worked with a thing called SAS, not software as a service, but SAS is an actual programming environment for statistics that statistics people use. So if you're into statistics, it's fascinating stuff. So this R is a language that was open source and still is, but Microsoft bought and made a commercial product around it, so they offer paid support. They are doing enhancements and contributing it back to the community. So that was kind of interesting. And the whole point of this is to take very large data sets and be able to derive information from them. You know, kind of the things that if you're really into privacy, this would be the type of thing you really wouldn't like. But if you're into trying to run a business and set prices, so one of the things they really focused on talking about was the ability to determine what is the right price for your product. And they talked about how probably about 88.5% of a product's cost is made up of fixed and variable costs. And so within that 11.5% is kind of where you have to derive your profitability in your company. And so how do you, and what a huge difference a price adjustment of 1% can make, and how do you get good information to make that price adjustment? So that makes sense. Now, as typically speaking, they of course work with airlines, people with large product catalogs, and things like that. So, you know, and of course, in those situations, those companies have large data to draw on. And so for a small business, this is more difficult and more tricky to work with. But it's something to think about and consider. And perhaps if we all put our minds to it, we can come up with a way to do some of this with a smaller data set in an economical fashion. And we've actually over the years had some folks apply to come work for us who are SAS developers. I'm hoping to reach out to them after the conference and see if they're familiar with this R thing and what they think about it. But anyway, if you're not into statistics, this probably wasn't that interesting. If you are, you probably want to look up more information. So do a search for like R language, Microsoft, that type of thing, and you should get some helpful results. If you don't find anything or want to engage with us a little bit on this new and emerging area, feel free to do so. Just head over to our website at WinningSolutionsInc.com and you'll find a plethora of ways to contact us. Thanks for watching the video, and I'm going to get to another session.